What is going on, guys? Dippin Diesel back. I just posted a video about this truck leaving me stranded, which it pretty much did leave me stranded at the shop. I had to leave my dog here, drive the Piaggio back to my house, and then drive the car back here to the shop, pick my dog up, and then drive all the way back home. So now I have the truck here at the shop, and I have my car here at the shop. I just went ahead and replaced the TPS again for the third time, or I guess for the second time. 3 different TPSs. This is the third one from my other second gen, which I know is good. On last video, people were saying that it could be the map sensor. I went ahead and took that off and cleaned it the other day, and then I just went for a drive with Chase, reset the apps again, drove down, it was still doing it, parked at the church, unplugged the map sensor, and took off, and it was even worse. So I know the map sensor is working to a point because it is fueling. I'm thinking it's a fuel issue. I've been having some problems with blue and red second gen. At first I was getting a TPS code, we changed that out. Problem was still happening. Unfortunately, for some reason, I'm not sure, there may be a short somewhere, I'm not sure, but the OBD2 port does not work. I've tried 3 different scanners and none of the scanners want to scan this computer. So I have another code on the computer that I can't read because no code reader is going to read that OBD2 port. I was kind of dead in the water. You know, it kind of feels like it's a fuel problem. I was getting dead pedal, changed the TPS out. Well, yesterday I changed the TPS out again because I was getting serious dead pedal. I changed it out with the one for my other second gen. I changed out the map sensor. I'm hoping it's not the VP44. I'm hoping it's something simple like a clogged filter or something along those lines, weak lift pump or something like that. To change out the lift pump and get rid of the stock fuel filter, we have an AirDog 5G. These things are brand spanking new. They just came out with this version in January. So these are like 2 months old, and I got my hands on one of them. A lot of you guys might be thinking, what's the difference between a 4G that's on my white truck over there? So here is the 165 gallon per hour 4G AirDog lift pump. And here is the redesigned 5G pump. Look at that, baby. So a lot of you guys may be thinking, you know, what is the difference between the 4G and the 5G? So right off the bat, you can see on the side of this thing, we have an adjustable diaphragm fuel pressure regulator. That is the first of its kind on a diesel fuel pump like this, having an external diaphragm fuel regulator on the side. Usually, if you wanted to change the fuel pressure, you would have to change the check ball and the spring inside of the pump itself, and you'd only have whatever PSI that spring is rated to. Well, this regulator can go from 7 to 70 PSI. You can go whatever fuel pressure you want, but it is factory set to 15 to 17 PSI, which is what you want on a truck like this. We also have a Diesel RX sump that we're going to be using instead of the draw straw. I like AirDog because they use the push and lock system. So basically you push this onto the hose and you put this on whatever fitting you have. So say you put that on the AirDog, and say for some reason you wanted to take it off. Well, just push these clips, boom, comes right off. Quick disconnect and you have it all taken off. Now, like I said, this is the 165, so that's 165 gallons per hour, and this is for 98.5 to 2004. There is your part number. If you guys want to pick this up, I will leave a link down below to where you can buy this pump at. But without further ado, I think I'm going to take the bed off. I'm going to make it a lot easier to drain the fuel out, do everything I need to do with the bed off, and then we can start installing the brand new AirDog 5G pump. So I'm taking this stock fuel filter out because 1, we're not going to use it. We're going to go straight to the VP44, and 2, it cleans up the engine bay a little bit. What I like to do next is run the wiring from the engine bay all the way to the back. All right, we got the wiring all ran to the pump. I actually threw the pump in. Now there's one thing you guys gotta know. If you're gonna put the pump like this, which you can put it however you want, wherever you want, you pretty much have enough line to put it anywhere except for like all the way at the back, which I don't know why you would want to do that. But if you're gonna sandwich it in between the frame like I did and mount the AirDog facing this way, you guys gotta remember that each one of these lines, there's 3 of them, do a specific thing. So this line actually is your inlet. So I'm gonna have to run this to the sump. This line right here goes to the engine. This line feeds your return back to the tank. So don't go ahead and mount it like I did and run your tank to this and your engine to this, because it will not run and you will probably damage the pump, because it's just gonna be sucking air, and you'll probably damage your injection pump as well, because you won't be getting any fuel. You're literally gonna be sucking the fuel out of it. So just be sure this is your intake. So your fuel's coming in here and leaving here and leaving here. Return, engine, tank. Took the sending unit out. I'm starting to think more and more that I'm having a fuel filter issue, a clogged filter, because any sediment that was in that tank, that screen is just destroyed, and there's so much like gunk built up in that. So that could possibly be our issue with why this truck isn't running good. I swear that I do not run red dye in this truck. Well, the AirDog is all plumbed in. Getting ready to probably fill some diesel back in here, check for leaks on that sump, and then we could throw the rest of the diesel in there, throw the sending unit that I really only need for the return and the fuel gauge arm. But we're that much closer to starting this baby up. All right, the AirDog is all primed up. Listen to how quiet this thing runs. With the truck running, you're not even gonna hear this thing. Well, let's crack some injector lines and see if we can get this baby to fire up. Where do I keep putting that 19 mil at? Guys, AirDog literally fixed my truck. So I figured I made this test drive on a video several times. I'm not gonna start filming till I know. I don't want to do another failed test drive. Took it for a drive, went down the road. I'm at the church right now. That's usually where I go. I drive from the shop down to the church and back, going over 2,000 RPM. So either the fuel filter was clogged, I picked it up out of the thing and it didn't look clogged, but then also when I pulled the sending unit out, it was a little loose to start with. The screen that's in the bottom of that sending unit was clogged. So it could have been a mixture between the two, but I'll show you guys that I actually get above 2,000 RPM now. Can actually go faster than 55 miles an hour. super happy we can get back to driving this truck and hopefully don't have any more issues for a while, because I'm tired of putting money into trying to figure out what's wrong with something. But huge shout out to AirDog. I have one on my other second gen, like I said before, and I put the new 5G on this truck, and man, dude, it runs so quiet. Colton has a competitor to AirDog, and I'm not sure how old it is. It could be pretty old, but that thing is like, you can hear it over the truck when the truck's on and you're driving. Like, it's that loud. But yeah, guys, we are back in business. We can now install the parts for max pinion rods on the front end, and I need to get this thing aligned because it is chewing these tires up. The previous owner told me that, you know, I had to get it aligned because he did the front end but never aligned it. So yeah, but anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Huge shout out to AirDog for sending the AirDog out for the truck and fixing it. I'm super happy. Now we know, I mean, if I had a fuel pressure gauge, I would have been easily able to tell what kind of fuel pressure I was getting at the VP, and I would have known straight from the bat that that was the problem if I was getting no PSI. But now I know straight from the AirDog to the injection pump, we are getting 15 to 17 PSI. That's what the pump is factory set at. So we are good to go on fuel pressure. I do need to get a set of gauges though, but I was waiting to do the cab swap because I'll have to take everything back out. So I don't want to start doing cosmetic stuff on the inside of here, even though I really want to, because we're swapping the cabs over. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos on this Dippin Diesel channel. Check out AirDog. I'll have a link down below where you can pick it up, and we will see you in the next one. Dippin Diesel out.